Welcome, Divine Intuitive Soul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. For this video, we have a pick a card reading, but instead of a pick a card, we're going to have pick a crystal. So we have 4 groups presented right in front of you. And the focus of this video is going to be what has been stressing you out. And with whatever stressors come up, we're also going to explore stress management tools. How can we try to manage or cope with these stressors at this time? This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you're watching this. And I want you to use your intuition to help you pick a group. And if you're struggling to do that, please use a free online number generator. You can also use a pendulum and write down the 4 groups and use that as well. And so before I introduce you to these groups, I am going to cleanse the space. So I'm going to be using Dragon's Blood Sage. This is white sage. And I always use Dragon's Blood. I really love it. It's so potent and powerful. It really helps with pretty much anything. Transformation, manifestation, protection, absolutely. Because I only want the messages from the most divine love and light. And in addition to that, we always have a Reiki grid right here to charge the space and energy for you. I also burned some lavender, which we have here on the side. And so, all right, guys, let me introduce you to these 4 beautiful groups we have. So starting off with the left corner, we have our beautiful rose quartz. In group 2, we have our beautiful sunstone. In group 3, we have our beautiful Lemurian angel aura cluster. And in group 4, we have our beautiful red fire agate. All right, so whichever pile you choose will be posted in the description for you to jump right in. We're going to be starting off with group 1, and then group 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, so I will see you in your group. All right, group 1, this is the crystal you selected to help us explore what has been stressing you out. We're going to put the rose quartz in this selenite bowl to help charge this energy. And we're going to dive right in. So, what has been stressing out group 1? Let's see what deck I'm going to be using. Okay. We're going to start off with some tarot cards. Okay, let's see. What's been stressing out group 1? Okay, we have the Princess of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's see what else comes up for you. The 8 of Wands. Ooh, okay. And then the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. All right, so with the Princess of Pentacles in reverse, we have a lot of uncertainty happening for you. A lot of contemplation, and that's creating a lot of delays. feeling stuck. There could also be a lot of like even daydreaming that's happening for you. And that's part of like this delay and contemplation that's keeping you stuck, making you feel uncertain, and you're not really having clarity on what to do. You also maybe haven't been recharging your energy, and that's been stressful. And so even with the Eight of Wands, right? This is about action and action happening for you rapidly, like lightning speed. Okay. So in order to help this stressor, it's really important to take action. And maybe this stressor is related to this action too, feeling like, well, if I take action, like maybe I'm worried too. I'm contemplating about how fast it's going to be because I don't know how I feel about taking that action, right? And even with the Two of Pentacles right here in reverse, right? This is telling me like with this contemplation, you felt really disorganized, really just out of your element for a while, unstable, disorganized. And so this can also even relate to your finances. Okay, so it's really important with this in reverse, learning how to prioritize. Action needs to happen anyway for you. You need to take action. Something needs to be decided, period. Okay, because this is not working for you, right? These cards in reverse are signaling this has not been working out in my favor. And even though I'm contemplating of this action, because whatever this action might be could lead to this rapid change and transformation that I don't maybe feel ready for. And maybe it's even relating to this connection to finances too. How is it going to impact my finances? Okay. That's a message for you here as well. And so with these stressors, there is a lot of just back and forth, like indecisiveness is really, really strong for you in all of this. And with that, you know, you're just feeling kind of stuck. And I want to also kind of try to explore like how has that stress impacted you? Because it seems like maybe the impact of that, I mean, let's see if we can get some tarot. Because I'm kind of getting the energy that the impact of this, like you're losing sleep, maybe is what's coming up for you. Oh my gosh, your appetite. Okay. So we have the Eight of Pentacles coming up. So really strong energy with the Pentacles. Okay. Judgment in reverse. Wow. Okay. Okay. So with all this pentacle energy, that's very dominant for you. This is about, you know, this is the element of like earth, right? And so with earth, we are looking at stability, right? We're looking at safety, security. We're looking at finances, materialism. All of those things are part of the Pentacles energy, the suit of Pentacles, okay? So that's been a stressor. All of that could be a stressor for you, okay? And with the Eight of Pentacles, the message here, right, is with the stressor is feeling that part of this contemplation or financial uncertainty is feeling like you need to hustle, feeling like you need to really hustle. And maybe that's creating this feeling of being like impatient. But the message here too is like this hustle doesn't have to be stressful. This hustle can actually be a tool an answer that will help you navigate all of this. Okay, so it's really asking you to be patient, and in whatever you're contemplating, once you make a decision, what is that commitment going to look like? It's really important for you to build a better routine, because that's also coming up really strong for you, especially even when we look at the Judgment, right? And the Judgment came up for you in reverse. And so this is going back to these doubts, right? A lot of doubts. You're being really critical of yourself. You are in your head a lot, overthinking. This is part of all that energy too, contemplation, in your head a lot. Hard to make a call, hard to make a judgment, right? Which is why you're critical, you're doubtful. There's a lot of insecurity with all of this too, and these energies from the Suit of Pentacles that are coming up for you. And this fear of, if taking action happens, how rapid it's going to be and how it might impact your finances. And so for you, part of this overthinking is also like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And how is it going to impact my future? If I make a decision today, how is that going to impact my future? So that's a big part of this uncertainty, insecurity, and criticism that you're doing. And you're really hard on yourself. So yeah, this criticism is also, I hope you know, what's feeding into your stress. Your self-criticism is feeding into the stress. It's also, I think, potentially a root in what's created this contemplation, this uncertainty, this instability for you with the Pentacles, whether it's relating to your safety, security, stability, finances, and with all of that, I think it's also depleted your energy levels, and there's a lack of abundance with all of this. So I'm going to find a different deck now to kind of explore what else does group 1 need to hear about their stressors, and maybe even how they can manage their stress. What can group 1 do? What's going to help group 1 with these stressors? Okay. So, okay. Right away, we have receive. You are being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universal wisdom. Know that you are worthy of these gifts, and open up to them. Wow. So for me, this is like really shouting out at the criticism. Like, you need to give yourself compliments. You need to give yourself love. You need to give yourself that healing energy. You already have the wisdom. You need to receive it for yourself. And that's also possible because finances came up, that maybe part of what's going to help you manage your stress is having an offer, receiving money of some sorts, a job opportunity. It could be family, loved ones. Either one of those is going to be important for you to receive. That's going to be helpful for you in managing this. And I can tell, because of how much you overthink and how critical you are of yourself, that I feel like I'm getting the energy that you're very resistant. Like, I feel like my chest is getting tense, it's closing up. I feel like there's a change in my respiratory rate, like how I'm breathing. Because it's like, I can tell this is so uncomfortable for you. Like, you're just so resistant. Like, that thought, like, what's coming to mind is like, it makes you cringe. It grosses you out, makes you feel disgusting. It makes you feel like a burden. Like you do not even like this. You're struggling to be receptive to receiving. And that's part of you overthinking everything and feeling like you're less than. Like there's also worries about being judged for that. What are others going to think of? Are people going to think less of me? Things of that nature are coming up really strong for you. So let's see what else. What else does group one need to hear? Okay, so music. Music can heal wounds that medicine cannot touch. So part of what you need is music. Music is going to be helpful. Play your favorite songs, whatever that is. And that might actually help you in creating this healing energy to be more receptive. To be more receptive. And, this card just came out. Okay. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to do better. Do not set limits on your potential. So I think it's kind of validating all of this, that it's going to be challenging for you to try to receive, be receptive to receiving compliments too. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like when people compliment you, you like question it. You're like, do they mean it? Was that genuine? Am I supposed to compliment them back? Like there's so much doubt here. You question everything, you overthink it all. You're in your head a lot. So part of what's going to help you get out of your head, music. Music's going to be a really helpful outlet for you in managing your stress. Challenging yourself by being open to receiving is going to be part of how you manage your stress and tackle it. And even music. Music, because I'm getting the sensation too that you're feeling maybe resistance to even the music. Like, oh, really? How can that be a solution? How is that going to solve everything that's happening with the Suit of Pentacles energy? How is that going to help with the security, with abundance, with stability, with safety, finances? Like, I can feel that energy of you being resistant to even the music aspect. And this is just as an outlet. You're overthinking it. It's just an outlet. It's an outlet for you to have a release. It's an outlet for you to also try to shift your energy. When you're playing your favorite music, it shifts your energy. Everything is energy. Your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences, everything is energy, period. So it's important to even consider, like, before you even play your favorite song or music that you like, get a baseline. Like, figure out where you're at right now in your stress levels. And I would even challenge you to put it on a scale, from a scale of 0 to 10. How stressed are you? 0 being not at all, right? And then play your favorite music. At the end of whatever that looks like for you, this session of music, check in again. Where are your stress levels now? Because I feel like part of all of this energy too, with this contemplation, is there's this need for instant gratification. And I feel like that's part of what holds you back, because you're like, right, how fast, how soon is it going to happen for me? And so I feel like that's part of what's going to help you feeling like you have some gratification, is checking in to get a baseline, 0 to 10, and then also the after, before and after type of thing. That's a way you can challenge yourself. That's really big, that I'm picking up on your energy for. So the energy is also like, yeah, just feeling very, very impatient, needing that instant gratification. So challenge yourself, start getting a baseline, 0 to 10. Okay. That's going to be really important for you. Ooh. And then we have release expectations. Do not focus on the money aspect of your dreams. Abundance will come at the right time. Wow. Wow. Yeah, because there's that worry of finances, right? And so when you let go of these expectations, because you're trying to overthink, overanalyze it all, which is part of this contemplation, don't fixate on the money. That is not going to be a huge priority, especially because we have something coming in for you, an opportunity, a gift, an offering. Okay. So don't let that be something you fixate on. And releasing expectations just in general, too. That's part of contemplating. Releasing expectations in general, not just in money, but in general, because your contemplation is just about all things. Because you have these expectations, you have this need for instant gratification. Like that's confirmation for that there. And also, just so you know, you may not be even aware of this. You may not even be aware of any of this because with that heavy energy of your resistance, I'm also seeing you try to like justify and maybe even minimize some of this because you're trying to think, well, how do I do that? I don't think I do look for instant gratification. I don't think I am impatient. I don't think I am contemplating. Like you're trying to justify all of it and then minimize that need for an outlet to challenge yourself, to be receptive, to release expectations, that kind of thing. Um, so this could be in your unconscious. This could be something you're completely not aware of, did not know was even happening. That's okay, right? That's why we're here to try to bring it to our conscious awareness and to try to challenge yourself by even exploring that. Am I looking for instant gratification? When I do X, what am I expecting? And how soon am I expecting that? That's another way you can challenge yourself and try to release these expectations, bringing this to your conscious awareness. Okay. So let's see one more card from this deck. Okay. One more card from this deck. See what else group one needs to hear to help them with these stressors. So two cards actually came out for you. So, okay. So we have read. The more you read, the more you will learn. So one thing that's coming up for me right away for you, group one, if you haven't already, and even if you have, I challenge you to do this again. Read or listen to the audiobook of The Mountain Is You. Okay? The Mountain Is You. I'm hearing that's going to be really important for you. And another book too, I haven't read this one, but I've heard great things about it. This one is a little bit more like of a harsh approach. So that's up to you, but it's also another book called Can't Hurt You. It could also be a book for you to read, but I think that could be a little more of a harsh read in general. The Mountain Is You is a great one. It has a great, softer, more direct approach in a softer way, softer kind of delivery. So I think you might be more receptive to that. Okay. And I also feel like reading. I don't have time to read. Like you're even like overthinking and I don't know if you know, like there's this energy of being argumentative. And I am really sorry to say that. Like this is not I know that's not easy. You may not be aware of this at all. And I want to also disclose growing up, I never realized how argumentative I was. Okay, I was completely unaware of it. It took years, even in retrospect, to be like, whoa, I was kind of argumentative. Like, I did not realize that. It was not my intention to be argumentative. And I want to share that because I feel like that's probably similar to you too. Like, I don't think you're trying to be argumentative. I don't feel like you know you're argumentative. But that's part of this contemplation, these expectations that you have. Okay, this overthinking. So be open to reading something, even if it's poems, blogs of people you love and respect. I don't care. Like, just get into reading. Learning is really more of the message with that for you. And then this card came out for you too, Home Needs TLC, which is related to giving your home some attention, redecorating, cleaning, or staging it. So cleanse your space. Have you cleansed your space? When was the last time you cleansed your space? Sorry, I don't know if there's something in my card. Oh, yeah, sad. There's like a little, I don't feel like that was there before. I swear that wasn't there before. And I don't have anything red, so I have no idea how that happened, but whatever. We're going to keep moving. So I think another thing too that's coming up is like maybe you get distracted a lot, because that just happened to me, right? So that could be something that's coming up. You get distracted a lot. So another thing that's going to help you manage, help you cope, is your home needs. Look at what your home. Are you comfortable with it, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of energy. Ooh, I did not realize that was not in focus. Sorry, guys. So again, distracted, not in focus, struggling to concentrate. That's so funny. I always try to take everything as a message. The energy doesn't lie, and the energy happens in so many different ways, and it's always being channeled in its own way. Okay, so now that it's in focus, I can see it's in focus. I'm gonna move the camera so you can see it better. Okay, so with this energy feeling disorganized, looking at your home is a great way to help manage your stress. And I know, right, a lot of people say, and in many different cultures, there's this really strong belief and even value of your home being a reflection of your mental state. And so I do believe there's truth in that. And that's going to be important for you to attend to. That's going to help you feel better organized, better prepared, and also just feeling good about your space, because when your space is clean and organized, you are able to relax more. Okay, you're able to enjoy it more. It's able to feel more like home. Redecorating, right? Cleaning, saging, cleanse your space. That's huge. Cleanse your space. That's really big for you. Cleansing your space. Do it daily, weekly, monthly, wherever you want to start, but start doing it, because that's important for you. So I'm going to get another deck now, and we're going to explore what is going to be maybe confirmation that you're managing your stress well. What is going to be confirmation for group 1 that they are managing their stressors well? What is going to be the confirmation that they need? So, oof. Okay. Peace. Harmony. Okay. That's kind of funny. So with a lot of the overthinking, right, overanalyzing, contemplation, because that creates so much stress for you, like going back to this baseline, what creates peace? That's an important question for you to ask yourself. What creates peace for you? What does peace feel like for you? Because it's different for all of us. What does peace feel like for you? And in addition to that, with the confirmation, a peace sign could very much represent confirmation for you that you are managing. When you're feeling peaceful, that's confirmation, right? That's pretty much the opposite of stress. Not exactly, but close enough. So if we're not stressed, right, and we can be at peace, that's confirmation. And I think you miss those moments a lot because I feel like part of this energy that you may not be aware of, you're not conscious of, is like the moments where there's peace don't last long because you're always looking and jumping ahead for the next thing. You're always like, what's on the agenda? What needs to happen next in this routine or schedule? Like, you're always worried about something. You always just get back in your head. So even when peace is presented to you, I feel like you don't honor it. So group 1, peace. Peace. Notice what makes you feel at peace. And try to honor those moments more. Because I do believe they're happening for you. I just feel like you're not allowing yourself to sit with it because you always jump to the next thing. So that's going to be how you challenge yourself too. Peace. So peace sign. Also in posters, stickers, stores, wherever, shirts are going to be confirmation for you to look out for that are going to represent, okay, you're applying it, you're managing it, you're a step closer. Okay, let's see what else. What else? Ooh, a bunch of cards came out. There's honestly way too many, so I'm just going to put it back in the stack. We're going to look what else. Ooh, wow, abundance. Abundance is coming in for you. So in the cowrie shell, we have a lot of like peaceful, relaxing energy that's coming up for you. This is also going to be confirmation for you. Okay, group 1, if you see this, whether it's real or in a sticker, image, format, doesn't matter. If you see it, this is going to be part of your confirmation. So harmony, abundance, that's really essential for you. And that is what you will create. Harmony and abundance in managing your stress, in releasing expectations, in challenging yourself, being receptive. I want you to sit with that peace and abundance. What would that look for you? What would that feel like? What would you want it to be? Harmony and abundance. So I'm going to read you the guidebook for these 2 messages here because I feel like there could be something in here that you need to hear. Okay, so starting off with peace and harmony. You guys want to take a picture? Feel free. I'm going to be reading. So this peace sign is one of the most universally known symbols of peace. You are now entering a phase of leisure, unity, and harmony. Life is good and you are experiencing a period of smooth sailing. It is important to be present to truly appreciate and enjoy these moments. You are encouraged to embrace ease and this feeling of oneness. People may be easy to work with and plans go off without a hitch. This card also speaks to your relationships improving, allowing you to be light and playful within them. There is contentment and joy in your life when referring to the ups and downs of life. This card is a great representation of the ups. Instead of worrying about how long this will last or if it's too good to be true, bask in the comfort this energy brings. Additional meanings, reconciliations and apologies. Enjoy people and activities that make you happy. Peaceful endings that bring new beginnings. Feeling inspired by life and peace. Okay, and I love that it touched on that piece of worrying, right? Because you're an overthinker, right? Questioning about how long it's going to last, good to be true. So I love that. So then here in the cowrie shell, abundance. I'm going to be reading that. Welcome in abundance because it's yours. The cowrie shell has been used as currency for centuries, and people still adore themselves with the shell in the form of jewelry and charms. Wealth is coming your way in the form of financial prosperity, leisure time, and peace of mind. You might receive an unexpected windfall, begin a fulfilling romantic relationship, or gain support from someone with a valuable resource and connection. Your ability to manifest is heightened. So it is important to believe you are worthy of your desires. Remember, your hard work has not been in vain, and the abundance coming towards you is well earned. The cowrie shell also speaks of fertility and creation, so be ready for the gifts from the universe. Additional meaning, successful projects, new job offers, fertile time, harvest season. So if you've been thinking about it, you should also maybe purchase jewelry to help with this energy of abundance. And right, when you're talking about finances, this is beautiful for you. Beautiful for you that you're going to have that abundance. You're going to have an offering. Going back to this receive card, right? Like you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry about the money. It's coming in for you. Once you focus on managing your stress, because that's the energy you're projecting into your reality anyway. If you don't address that energy, try to align that energy with this harmony and abundance, only then you will see that success. So, group one, wow, this was a great, great message for you. I really hope that you were open and receptive to hearing all of this because I know it was not easy. And I was even struggling to try to tell you this, but honestly, I'm really open, direct. I believe in being transparent and the power of transparency. So I really hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to be picking out another card for you to kind of see what else we can get for you just for your stress management. What else is going to help group one for their stress management? Just one card. Okay. So this card came out. Turn lemons into lessons. I love this. Absolutely. The message with this too is just that, because there's this energy of um, overthinking, contemplating, being argumentative, resistance, that seems like it's such a um, negative thing to do. And I don't even like to use that term, but just to better explain it, that's how it could be considered for you. So you think of that as like a lemon. How can you turn those lemons into lessons? Instead of adding more to this criticism of yourself, beating yourself up for it, what can I learn from this? What can I take away from this? Turn your lemon into lessons. Turn your lemon into lemonade, right? That is going to be important for you, group one. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please feel free to leave your feedback in the comment section below. That really helps me to better understand your point of view, what resonates, what doesn't. And I really hope that you tune back for another upcoming video. Thank you so much again for watching group one. And this is the end of your video, so I'm going to be jumping into group two. Thank you so much again for watching. You are a divine intuitive soul. You got this. Harmony and abundance. Turn lemons into lessons. Good luck. Hello, group two. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video with what has been stressing you out. You picked the beautiful sunstone, and this is it right here. So I'm going to put your sunstone in this selenite bowl to just help it charge its energy. And we're going to just dive in. So let's see. Let's see what's been going on. We're going to use some tarot and then other cards. But we're going to start with this. What has been stressing out group 2? Group 2. What has been stressing you out? Ooh, we got the Hanged Man. Okay. We also have the 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, and the 10 of Swords in reverse. Okay, wow. Oh my gosh. And then the 2 of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to pause here and let's just get a feel for this energy here. Wow. So, okay. The first card was a major arcana. It's the only major arcana we have for this tarot. And right away, oh my goodness, there's been a lot of uncertainty. You are feeling depleted, you're feeling drained, you're feeling stuck, isolated. Wow, your energy levels are really low. I'm also getting the feeling that maybe you've been having a lot of headaches. Wow. Okay. So with all this energy, feeling with these headaches too, like maybe kind of confused about how to proceed, how to manage these stressors, what to do about these stressors. So let's kind of explore more. Let's kind of see what else is coming up for you. So in the Hangman, with this major arcana, there is a lot of uncertainty. And part of your stress, even with the 5 of Pentacles here, is like there could be overspending that's happening, not budgeting well, feeling like there's delays in your financial growth or abundance. That could be something that's coming up for you. Maybe even feeling like you're comparing yourself to others. The sense of like competition. That could be coming up for you. And so it's really important for you to take responsibility here. Take responsibility, because in the Hanged Man, this isn't so much bad, right? Because there's a sense of patience, gaining perspective, becoming open-minded. So I like that. But with this relating to your stressors, I'm picking up that you have been isolating, because even look at all of these individuals, right? They're so isolated. They're alone. They feel trapped. And the only one that even has their eyes open is the 10 of Swords. Everyone else has their eyes closed. It's like, again, lacking this sense of clarity, certainty. I'm also picking up on energy, maybe feeling really down on yourself, like having a depressed mood, and just really, really doubtful of everything. And so in the 5 of Pentacles, this is a time for you to really focus on budgeting if that has been a financial concern, and depending on what resonates or not, also about seeking social supports. Are you having an outlet to express these feelings that you're having? Because I feel like you're not. And another message here is even about your ego. Feeling like asking for help, trying to budget is like a stab to your ego. Like, oh, does that mean I'm broke? Does that mean I'm poor? What are people going to think of me? What are my friends going to think of me if I say, I can't go out because of XYZ? That's out of my range. It's out of my budget this month. Like, a lot, and that's part of comparing yourself and competing with others that is coming up for you. Another thing too could be with the Ten of Swords in reverse, which is actually great. I love that for you. That's showing me that you are wanting to get out of this. The swords are falling out. Okay? They're falling out. They've been pierced where you have felt stuck and stagnant. And with the Ten of Swords in reverse, it's saying, time to let go. And with all of this energy too, like, this can relate to people pleasing. You're no longer going to try to people please anymore. You want to learn from your mistakes. You want to move forward. You don't really like, you don't like that you compete or compare with other people. You don't like that. You're aware of that. You're aware of that. Your eyes are open to that. You see that. With all those other things, maybe you're not seeing it. Maybe there's denial that's happening for you too, that I'm seeing potentially. And with this denial, like, there's a lack of accountability. But with the Ten of Swords, I feel like you're ready to take accountability. And this is a great start. And so the Two of Swords relates to decision making, right? I haven't decided on a decision. I don't know what to decide, what to do, how to move forward here. And so this is about knowing that with the blindfold, with the eyes being closed and potential denial, this is a time to connect to your intuition. What is your intuition saying? How is your intuition guiding you at this time? That is going to help you in making this decision with the Two of Swords. Because part of this energy too, with the Hanged Man, Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords, even the Ten of Swords, is like being very complacent, feeling like this is your comfort zone. This is your comfort zone. Why would I want to get out of my comfort zone? My comfort zone is a safety net. So why decide? Right? But with this in reverse, it's telling me you're ready. You're ready. And the decision you need to make needs to be led by your intuition. That's the answer. That's the decision. That's the choice. Follow your intuition. Trust your intuition. Okay? So I'm also going to be getting some cards to kind of see what else does group 2 need to hear relating to their stressors and even stress management tools. What's going to be helpful for group 2 at this time? Ooh, meditation. Wonderful. Okay. So it's really important here. It says, quiet the mind and let your soul speak. So with meditation, that's one message here. Okay, I'm going to move my camera. That's one message. Just remember that one part of meditation. I also want to clarify, because the work I do as a researcher and a therapist, meditation doesn't even have to be about quieting the mind. Okay, because on one hand, that doesn't really seem realistic. And because I'm sensing denial here for you, that maybe you're unaware of, it's unconscious for you, your eyes are closed. Meditation is also about surrendering. Surrender to whatever your truth is. Surrender to whatever is coming up for you. Like this competition and comparison is a great example. Sit with it. What's coming up for you? What's the thought? What's the feeling? Where is it in your body? How long have you had it? How has it served you? These are ways you can also meditate. It's a way to reflect, surrender to your truth. And I feel like this is also part of feeling our feelings, because when we're in denial, we're not feeling. We're not building awareness. right? So this is another way for you to meditate. Surrender and reflect. Sit with those feelings that are uncomfortable, the denial. Explore it. Because it's in feeling it that we not only build awareness, but our bodies, our minds, and soul can process it. And in processing it, we learn to repair, release, and heal it. So that's really important for you to hear right now. Let's see what else. What else is coming up for you? Ooh, avoid toxic people. Hang out with people who uplift your spirit and not bring it down. So this is questioning the people you're surrounding yourself with. Are these people that are feeding into this competition, comparison energy? Are they part of what maybe they're adding judgment to you that creates this fear? That's important for you to reflect on as well. If that's the case for you, then even tapping into that to meditate, to surrender and reflect. What does it mean to have these current relationships that might be holding me back? How have they served me? In what ways have they helped me? And in what ways have they hurt me? Have I addressed it? That's another thing that could be coming up for you. Ooh. And with release expectations, do not focus on the money aspect of your dreams. Abundance will come at the right time. Wow, that's coming back to this budgeting card too. Like, you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about that. Like, budgeting is going to help. You don't need to worry about these expectations of what other people are going to think and feel, how others might compare and compete with that. Like, release expectations. That is not a priority here. Focus on budgeting. Focus on what is going to help you manage these stressors. Because in that, it's only adding to it, right? And this card just popped out of the pile. This is also about having faith, you guys. Having faith. So in having faith, right? I'm going to just align this. In having faith, remove the doubts and questions. You are ready to step into your blessings and claim what is already yours. This is part of this denial. This is part of this stage of being complacent. Have faith. Have the trust. Going back to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be a guide. Your intuition is the answer. It is the direction. It is the path. And whatever else is just going to follow that. Okay, have faith. Use your intuition. That is how you help in building that faith as well. That's really important here. So I'm going to use another deck to help with other messages that you need to hear. And we're going to be using this deck to just kind of see what else is coming up for group 2 that they need to hear to help them manage their stress. What is going to help them manage the stress? Denial. Lack of awareness, accountability, this comparison, competition, insecurity, doubts. Okay. So, step out of your comfort zone and try something new. That's really important here. We also have get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots. Oh, I love that for you. Okay. So part of coping and managing here is getting out of your comfort zone, because you've been kind of isolated, right? Just not making any movement. And it's not like, let me show these cards again. It's not like literally there's anything that's actually holding you back. Nothing is actually holding you back, especially with the Ten of Swords in reverse where the swords are falling out. Nothing is actually holding you back. This is another sign like you are holding yourself back. You got yourself into this cycle of denial, lack of accountability, insecurity, and that could relate to maybe even the people you've surrounded yourself with. So part of this meditation as well, with reflection that we talked about and surrendering, is going out of your comfort zone. I know that's not going to be easy for you, because it's easier to have your eyes closed, right? To be in denial of it. So, right, and her eyes are closed too. Oh my goodness. Just more validation here, guys, on how you need to open your eyes. Get out of your comfort zone. And one way you can do that is through this meditation of surrendering and reflecting. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's going to help you. It's going to not just help you manage, but even help you transform. That's really what I'm picking up here. And then with get back to nature and reconnect to your hippie roots, this is about going outside. How often do you go outside? Seriously. I mean, most people really don't, and that's really unfortunate, but this is a huge for you. Go outside more. Or if you already do, that could be a great time to meditate. That could be a great opportunity to meditate, surrender, and reflect. That's a great way to also connect with your intuition, use your intuition, right? So even with the hippie roots too, this is about grounding. So I'm not sure if you've heard of this before. It's kind of more on the newer side of research, but there's something called earthing. Highly recommend it. I do it myself and I recommend it to my clients. I've been doing it before they even found a term for it, because again, this is new. So chances are you probably have done this yourself. There's just now a word for it. So with earthing, what you do is you expose your bare feet, no socks, no shoes, to earth. Earth meaning soil, meaning dirt, meaning rocks, meaning grass, soil, right? Like the exposure of planet Earth. If you're barefoot on concrete, on pavement, that does not count. Okay, earthing is your bare feet connecting to planet Earth. Do it for at least 10 to 15 minutes minimum. Even if you just sit in your backyard or your front yard or wherever it would be where you could have this exposure, go to a park, wherever you can. Doing that is going to be significant in you tapping into your intuition, in you grounding yourself, helping you work through this denial. And another way you could even enhance your meditation, do it while you're earthing. These are just ideas, okay, guys? So keep that in mind. I'm not saying this is exactly what you need to do, but these are ideas for you. Okay, so I'm going to pick one more card for you. One more card for you here. See what else. What else does group 2 need to hear? Wow. So in this card, we have celebrate yourself. You deserve it. Because part of this denial and you keeping yourself stuck is really about your sense of insecurity, because you're always competing and comparing yourself to others. And you could be even in denial of that. Okay. But part of that impact has also been that maybe you haven't given yourself credit for all the amazing, wonderful things you do and for the soul that you are. So it's really important that you celebrate yourself. Anything. Every time you connect to your intuition, for example, every time you release expectations, every time you meditate, surrender, reflect, go out of your comfort zone, do something new, build awareness, celebrate it. That is all progress. You deserve it. I don't feel like you do enough of that. You don't give yourself enough credit for all the wonderful things you do and that you are. You are a divine intuitive soul. You're here for a reason. You're here on this pile for a reason. And that's also leading me to get another deck. Kind of see, what are affirmations that group 2 needs to hear? What are the affirmations group 2 needs to hear that's going to help them at this time for their stress management? So I'm going to pick the card that really kind of came out here. It says, I am not afraid to step into the edges of my comfort zone. Wow. Confirmation here. Wow. Absolutely. I am not afraid to step into the edges of my comfort zone. Wow. That's huge for you. Group 2. You go out of your comfort zone. That's going to be really important. That meditation that we talked about, right, is going to be out of your comfort zone. Even trusting your intuition could be part of what's out of your comfort zone too. It feels new. It feels foreign. That is how you're going to manage and cope best. Okay. So let's see what other affirmations we have for you, group 2, on what you need to hear for your stress management. Ooh. Okay. Wow. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to chase them. My thoughts manifest my reality. I hold the power to choose them. Absolutely. Absolutely. We were just talking about energy, right? It's all energy. It's all energy. And with this energy, right, of keeping yourself stuck, complacent, when you don't need to, you're doing this to yourself. That keeps you in that state of creating this energy where you're insecure and doubting and comparing, right? So when you tap into this affirmation that your thoughts manifest your reality, that they hold the power, and in that regard, you can hold the power to choose them, you can celebrate that. You can try something new. You can reflect and meditate, and you can reconnect to yourself. You build that intuition in the same way. That's really important for you to hear, group 2. I'm going to do one more affirmation card for you. Just kind of see what else. What else does group 2 need to hear? Okay, this card. Wow, I am already abundant beyond measure. Yes, I am already abundant beyond measure. I really want you to repeat these affirmations. Okay. Feel free to even take a screenshot here so you can remember these affirmations as well. Okay. And I want to pick one more card for you to just kind of see what else does group 2 need to hear to help them with managing these stressors. Okay, let's see. Wow, this is one of the best cards in the deck. Group 2. Group 2. When you can really apply these affirmations, apply these stress management tools, stop living in denial, stop being complacent, stop comparing and competing, your dreams will all come true. Wow. Wow, I am like kind of speechless here. Wow, this is so beautiful for you. Oh my goodness. I'm picking up on like how this self-love is going to really develop for you. There's this level of confidence, your aura just being so magnetic. When you remember how abundant you are, when you remember that you are your own creator, you manifest your reality. When you remember that going out of your comfort zone is how you create this faith, it's how you build that intuition. This is going to be magical, like beyond stress management. This is going to be a magical stage in your life when you can get a handle first on this stress. So, wow. Group 2, this was the beautiful message I got for you. Please feel free to leave your feedback below in the comments section. That really helps me get a better feel and understanding of what resonates, what doesn't. And I really appreciate you for tuning in, for picking this pile. And I really hope that you tune into another upcoming video. This is the end of your pile group 2, so I'll be going into group 3. So this is the end. Thank you again for watching. You are a divine intuitive soul. You got this. All of your dreams are going to come true. This is going to go beyond stress management. This is going to unfold into a stage of your life where magic is going to happen for you. Because I also just like something I really want to mention too before we close here is your soul, your energy is very like gentle hearted. You're very soft, gentle, nurturing to others. So a lot of that people pleasing too, kind of picking up on. And because of how pure your soul is, like you really do want the best for others. Give yourself the best. You deserve the best. You need to apply that. And that might be part of going out of your comfort zone too. But I really want you to hear that because I think that's important for you. Like this stress management is actually maybe what's holding you back from manifesting your dreams, from up leveling in your life. So celebrate all wins because you deserve it. Okay. Give yourself the best. Okay. You celebrate everyone else, celebrate yourself, your wins. Look into earthing, meditate, surrender and reflect. Have faith. And I'm rooting for you, divine intuitive soul. And I really hope to see you in another video. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, group 3. You chose the beautiful Lemurian Angel Aura Cluster. We're going to be diving into what has been stressing you out. And we're going to put your beautiful crystal right here in the selenite bowl just to help charge that energy and to help us channel. What does group 3 need to hear? What does group 3 need to hear relating to their stressors? What has been stressing out group 3? So I'm going to be using a tarot deck first. Okay, so starting out with some tarot, we're going to be looking at what has been stressing you out. Right away, we have the 8 of Wands. So action, something coming in for you, rapid change. Right after we have the 9 of Wands. Wow. Okay, which is literally right after the 8 of Wands. And then we have the 6 of Swords. I'm going to shuffle again. What else? Okay. What else? What else does group 3 need to hear relating to their stressors? and the Hanged Woman. Wow. Okay. So the biggest message here is transformation. Transformation is happening, and you're stressed about that. You're stressed about all this change coming in, all this movement coming in from you, and it may be even relating to something that means letting go. In order to have this transformation, this transition, maybe it means you're letting go of something, and that doesn't feel good for you. Because this actually doesn't feel super bad, you could say. But maybe it's just stressful because you feel like you don't want to let go. You don't know what you need to let go. Maybe you don't know what you're holding on to. But this being the first card that came out for you, like major change, major movement coming in for you. And this relates to progress. This is a good thing. This is wonderful. And then even the Nine of Wands right after, which is literally right after, whatever this is related to, this is about how they're going to have perseverance. This is about how you're almost at the finale. Like maybe you've been working on something and you've been really stressed about that. Maybe you feel like it's moving too quickly. It's overwhelming. But this tells me that you're almost there. Like this is the last final stretch. So this is good. This is good. And we even have this beautiful soul, looking to the side, right at the Six of Swords energy. And with the Six of Swords, right, this is relating to maybe letting go of something, maybe with whatever progress and final stretch that you're headed towards. There's this stressor, this concern about letting go. What is going to transform and how is that going to transition? Maybe questioning the transitional phase of it. What's going to happen after I'm done? Because change is not easy. And this is about maybe even going out of your comfort zone, feeling like it's unexpected, you don't know how to prepare for it. That's been stressful for you. So that's something I'm picking up, because once you have this completion, right, something new comes in. There's a new beginning. And that's what the Six of Swords is about, is this transitional phase. What is it going to look like? So this is like perfect, the way that this is all lining up for you too, in the messages that are here. And then we have the Hanged Woman, a major arcana that came up for you as the last card for this tarot deck. And the message here is, first of all, you need patience. Patience. And with the Hanged Woman, there's this sense of maybe even sacrifice. And that's stressful. What do I need to sacrifice? What do I need to let go? Because that letting go is going to feel like a sacrifice to me. And that keeps me stuck. So it's really important here to practice patience. I'm also getting the message, let go of expectations. Focus on your long-term success, not on what happens right after. So looking at the bigger picture here. That's coming in really strong for you. I'm going to be pulling out another deck to kind of see, like, what else does group 3 need to hear relating to these stressors, relating to maybe even how they can manage and cope with these stressors. So again, I'm getting up like a project, some kind of project first, maybe education, school, work, promotion. You're just in the phases of completing something major in your life. Maybe even like a home renovation could be something for you. Maybe in your spiritual journey, leveling up. I mean, it could be anything relating to something you've invested in. something that you've been working on, building on, creating. That's coming in for you. Okay, so here in create a routine, we have, having a routine helps you limit procrastination and giving you structure. So I'm not picking up that too heavy for you procrastinating, but that could be something. That could be actually part of this letting go and feeling stuck. And that would be something to watch out for. Is it making you procrastinate, staying stuck in this, but you're not completing this task or project that you've been working on? So creating a routine, that's going to be helpful for you in these next stages as you transition. Once you complete this, the transition, that's when you can create a routine. That's going to be helpful for you for this energy here. Because, right, remember again, the wands are about accomplishments. It's about work, career. It's about like something harvesting. It also can relate to like mental clarity stuff. But yeah, whatever you're working on, create a routine because that's going to help you again into that transitional phase. So you're not feeling stuck like the hanged woman. So let's see what else comes up for you. Group 3. What else does group 3 need to hear? Ooh, have faith. Remove the doubts and questions. You are ready to step into your blessings and claim what is already yours. Have faith. Faith is going to be helpful for you in this transitional period where you're questioning it, where you're feeling like you don't know how to let go, you don't know what you need to sacrifice, you don't know what it's going to look like. Just have faith. In creating a routine, that's actually going to help you build faith. That's what I'm hearing for you as well. That in creating a routine is going to help you build faith. Okay? And then we have ask your angels. Seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. So this is again going back to having faith. Having faith in whatever spirit guides, archangels, angels, masters, whoever you work with. Seek guidance from them. This can also be people in a human form, like professors, right? Mentors, whoever, your boss, your superiors, whoever it would be, that can relate to this message as well. Seek that guidance, ask them for help. They want to help you, they're there to help you. And that's going to be really important for you. Okay? Ooh. And that could even help you with whatever you need to let go too. They could give you that clarity on what you need to let go. And I just heard a crow, I believe. Could have been a raven. So that's confirmation coming up, I feel like. And this card also kind of popped out right before the crow. And it's kindness. Be guided by your heart, let go of logic and rationality. Ooh, I love that. Because this is about connecting to your intuition too. Even if it's a project where you would seek guidance from superiors, like human form souls. Ooh, I hear that crow again. I love it. Okay, good. Confirmation here. This is all connected to kindness too. Be more gentle with yourself. It's really important for you to connect to your intuition. It's really important for you to connect to your intuition. And I'm sensing a lot of masculine energy here too, with whatever this project, mission, goal, accomplishment is related to. There's a sense of this orderliness. And I feel like it's time for you to tap more into your feminine side. And with kindness, this is also how you can build on your intuition. And in all of that, you create a routine, you build faith, you have the support and guidance behind you. But now this is taking a turn for how you treat yourself. Because it's like you're giving yourself a hard time for like feeling like you have to let go of something, you have to sacrifice something, indecisive. What is this transition going to look like? All of that. Be kind to yourself. You're like criticizing it, you're overthinking it. We're not there yet. Enjoy the process. Okay, create a routine. That's one way you can be kind to yourself. Building faith, that's one way you can be kind to yourself. Asking for help is one way you can be kind to yourself. That's the message here for you. Okay? So I'm going to be getting another deck to just explore further. What else does group 3 need to hear relating to their stress management and or stress levels? And this is actually a deck where we're going to be looking at what is going to be the confirmation for group 3 that signals they are managing and coping well. What is going to represent the confirmation? Ooh, we got lightning disruption, you guys. Okay. Okay, so in lightning and disruption, first of all, a lightning bolt of some kind, whether it's on a t-shirt, a sticker, poster, store, that's going to be part of your confirmation. Even an airplane, it's going to be part of confirmation. And I don't know if you guys can pick up on the background sound, but there's literally an airplane right now that I hear very loud. So that's kind of funny too. So that is going to be part of what represents your confirmation. Okay, but let's explore this too. Disruption. So we think of lightning striking, right? There's this beautiful saying that I love that goes, be the lightning, even if it's only for a second. What does lightning do? It creates light, typically in darkness because there's a storm, right? That can create disruption. What that means, and you don't have to be scared of this because I know it kind of might look a little off-putting, but disruption. There needs to be disruption maybe. Maybe that's how you can manage these stressors, is allowing the disruption to take place, because maybe that's going to help you in this sacrifice, this letting go, so that you can finally get into this completion of whatever your mission, achievement, goal, or project is. And that could feel disruptive for you already. But maybe that disruption is going to be part of what takes place in this transition, in this new phase. And it's going to be really important that in this disruption, you are kind to yourself. You are kind to yourself. It's going to work out in your favor anyway. That's what I'm hearing for you. So let's see what else. What other messages does group 3 need to hear? Okay. We got anchor, stability. And I really, really love that for you. Because what that's saying here too is this disruption is going to be a test to your stability. It's going to be important that you anchor yourself when the lightning strikes. Anchor yourself. Be kind to yourself. Kindness will be your anchor. That's really important for you to hear here. Okay? So let's see what else we get for you. I'm going to get another deck to see what are the messages. Another thing, if you see an anchor, that is also part of your confirmation. A red door could be confirmation for you as well. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So those are going to be the symbols that represent confirmation that you're doing this. Okay, so let's see what else comes up for group 3. What's going to help them with their stress management. What do they need to hear that's going to help them cope? What is going to help group 3 cope? Okay. So, tune into your inner peace. Tune into your inner peace. That's how you can anchor yourself too. That's how you can cope with the disruption when the lightning strikes. Group 3. Tune into your inner peace. So this peace is part of creating the stability. This peace is how you can be kind to yourself, right? You can create peace in creating a routine, in asking for support, in having faith. These are all the ways you tune into your inner peace. And this is also begging the question of, what does peace feel like for you? Because it's different for all of us. What does it feel like for you? And in the moments where you feel that peace, what's happening around you, right? Like, is it in your backyard? Is it in your bed? Is it in the shower? In your car? Is it when your favorite song comes on? These are just examples. Is it when you look at your pet, if you have one? Like, it's about tapping into the environment as well. What is in your environment that could be playing a role in this sense of inner peace? Okay? That's something I want you to hear. And then the next card we have here is keeping your thoughts positive. Keeping your thoughts positive. So I really want to explore that a little bit because, I am someone who keeps it completely real with you. I do not sugarcoat. If you haven't noticed, I do not sugarcoat. Because part of the purpose of this channel is to align with your highest self. And aligning with your highest self is hard work. This isn't rainbows and unicorns and stars. And don't get me wrong, I love those things, and those are great elements that can help us align to our highest self. Absolutely. I'm not going to, try to poop on anyone, but doing the work is what will help you get there. And that's the hardest part. And so keeping your thoughts positive, that isn't realistic. And I'm saying this as a therapist, as a researcher, that is not realistic. So I don't want you to feel like that is the key and answer. Also, this is a beautiful deck. I'm not going to poop on this deck either. This is a stunning, beautiful, energetic, divine deck. I love this deck. Okay. I love all my decks. But the message here that you need to hear from this card, keeping your thoughts positive, is that your thoughts don't have to be positive all the time. That's not realistic, like I said. But this is tapping into the kindness. How can I be kinder to myself? Because that can create this sense of positivity. Okay? That's more of what this is related to. I don't want you to take away that I have to be positive all the time. Okay? If you lose something that you love, whether it's a job, a person, a pet, like whatever the circumstances are, being positive isn't actually going to help you cope and grieve. Grieve in your own way, as an example. You don't have to feel like it has to be that positivity is going to be the solution. Okay? But one thing I want to help to enhance this beautiful card is really take away practicing gratitude more, because that's going to help you connect to your inner peace as well. Add to this kindness. Practice gratitude. There is so much power in gratitude, guys, and wow. Gratitude is so important. It's not just important to express gratitude, like I'm grateful for my home, my car, my career, my whatever it is. It's embodying gratitude. That's the true practice of gratitude. And that's another form of mindfulness as well. So that's something I really feel like is important for you to hear in managing, coping with your stressors, is practicing gratitude. So when you embody gratitude, what's the difference than expressing it like I just did, right? Expressing gratitude for your career, your car, your home, your food, whatever it is, okay? Embodying gratitude is, let's just take one of those elements, okay? So we're going to go with like a car. First of all, most people in this planet Earth do not own a car. Sit with that. Most people don't even have a car, their own car. And I don't know what your situation is either. So this doesn't mean that you have your own car, but if you do, that's amazing. Even if you don't have your own car, if you have a car that you can drive, guess what? That's more than most people too. Most people don't even have a driver's license. Some people aren't even capable of getting one due to limitations in resources and or laws and regulations that prohibit that. So this one statement of I'm grateful for my car, do you see how that has expanded? Right? Because it's not just having a car, it's I have a driver's license. For me, I'm really grateful I have like my dream car. My car is 100% paid off. The list can go on as an example. But in general, just the fact that you have a car, whether it's yours or not, that is a way you embody gratitude. If you have a driver's license, embodying the gratitude for that. That's more than most people as well, again. Even if your car is paid off, even if it's not your dream car, if it's paid off, gratitude for that. And when I talk about this embodiment of gratitude, think about what that is creating for you in this moment. How does that feel? Or how would that feel if you could pay off your car, if you could have your dream car? So expressing gratitude is not just for what you have, but also for what you don't have, whether it's considered positive or negative. Okay, so like if you don't have your dream car, well, if you have one, some people don't, but if you have one, what would that be? Why would that give you gratitude? How would that gratitude feel? Right? Another thing could just be for other things like I'm grateful that I don't have any broken bones. Gratitude for what is not just gratitude for what is, for what is not. What does that feel like? Also, I've never broken a bone in my life. And I hope it stays that way. How can I embody that gratitude? What does that feel like to know? And that leads for me in this example, this embodiment of gratitude and appreciation for my body, for my bone density, for the ability of my body being able to be strong, being capable, for enduring all the things that I've put it through. I'm so grateful that out of everything I've done, all the things I've done, and I used to be a daredevil. Okay, I used to do parkour when I was a kid. And I literally will cry when I sit with just that statement of like, I've never broken a bone and I'm so grateful for that. Because it's so beautiful. Like we don't realize how many miracles already exist in your life. All the miracles you already have in your life. So these are just some examples that I hope you can apply in your own way in your own life, because I feel like that's really the biggest message for this card. Okay. So I'm going to dive into another deck to kind of see. This is the deck that's really calling to me. So we're going to use this deck to see what else comes up for group 3 that they need to hear. What does group 3 need to hear for their stressors, stress management? Ooh, I don't know how to pronounce this, to be honest. This card. But the message here is your guidance is divinely guided. And I love that for you. Look at this beautiful imagery. You are owning your own path. You are walking this path. You're not afraid of the transitions, the sacrifice, what you need to let go in this achievement, in this project, this mission, whatever it's related to. You are owning your own path. You are walking through it. You are creating abundance. You have all the support around you to help you navigate this, because we have, right, a lot of like even ancient Egyptian artifacts here that are symbolizing you are being guided. You have all the support you need. So this goes back to asking for your angels, having faith, right? All these things that we just talked about earlier. Your guidance is divinely guided. You got this. You got this. You are headed towards success. And you are closer and closer every time you're kind to yourself. That's a huge message I have for you guys. So I'm going to be picking out some affirmations. This is going to be how I'm going to be leaving you off. Group 3, just affirmations. What affirmations are going to be helpful for you at this time that will help you with this inner peace, with this kindness, with this faith, with this letting go, with this transition, completion. Let's see. Okay. It is always the right time to start. 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 To be kind, to ask for support, to let go, to transition, to complete this goal, project, achievement of mine that I'm deserving of. And in starting, I know I will be divinely guided. So I'm going to get one more for you. What has been, has been. What will be, will be. Oh my goodness, I love this for you. Say it with me, guys. What has been, has been. What will be, will be. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about what it's going to take, what the sacrifice, letting go, transition is going to be. What will be, will be. What has been, has been. And that is part of an affirmation that is helping you be kind to yourself as well. So group 3, this is the reading I got for you. Please leave feedback in the comment section below to help me better understand what resonated, what didn't. And I really hope you come back to tune into another upcoming video. This is the end of your reading, and I'm going to jump into group 4. Thank you so much. Hello, group 4. Thank you so much for choosing this pile. This is the beautiful crystal you selected, the red fire agate. I'm going to be putting it in the selenite bowl to help charge its energy. And we're going to jump right in to the messages that you need to hear relating to your stress levels, your stressors. What's been going on? We're going to start off with a tarot deck. Okay. So let's start off with this tarot deck. See what comes up for you. Group 4. Ooh, okay. We got this card that wanted to come out. King of Cups. Ooh, this is about, mastery of your emotions. Have you been struggling with that? Group 4. Wow, and right after we have the beautiful moon card. Ooh, which is related to your emotions and the feminine side, your femininity. This is also related to what's unconscious, the unknown, what's been maybe hidden. So maybe even related to shadow work stuff too. That's coming up for you. Let's see what else. What else relating to group 4? There's stressors. What's been going on? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. A major arcana. Wow. Okay. Let's see. What else? What else does group 4 need to hear? Okay. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to get this deck cleared out and let's jump in. So starting out with the King of Cups, right? This is about self-mastery relating to your emotions, right? So, and this is upright, which is good. But we're trying to connect to this message of what's been a stressor. So I also want to touch on how maybe that could be a struggle for you. Maybe it's something you've been working on, but it's hard to navigate, and it is. As humans, it is hard to know how to emotionally regulate. It really is how to express ourselves. And we have 2 major arcanas that came up for you. One upright, the moon, and the other one upside down, which is really interesting here. And so with the moon, right, which is related to that femininity energy that we were just talking about, we also have the energy of, the unconscious, something being maybe very mystical, relating to a new cycle or an ending of a cycle that needs to happen. This is also about with the unconscious and femininity, about the subconscious part of you, about your instincts and intuition, right? And maybe that's something that you've been struggling to manage, tap into, or explore. As an example, that's been stressful for you. And maybe that's creating disruption with your emotions potentially. Because even with the Wheel of Fortune right here in reverse, this is telling me there's resistance. And that's why I'm saying maybe there's been a struggle there. There's a gap because there's a lot of resistance here. And this relates to fear. This relates to a lot of even overthinking that I'm picking up on you. Because the Wheel of Fortune is like this ability to kind of just trust, allow destiny to take its course type of thing. But in reverse, it's like I'm resistant. I don't want XYZ to happen type of thing. And so there's resistance with that being in reverse. And with that resistance, it's like things are in motion. And this is about a divine intervention coming in, like something that would be out of your control anyway, but resisting it. No, I don't want to. And interfering with your emotions and potentially your intuition. And this, again, like I'm picking up on shadow work here with the moon as well. So that's something I'm picking up for you in the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And then even when we look at the Knight of Swords in reverse, we're looking at like a lot of I'm picking up on anger. That's the first thing that's coming up. There's some anger happening. And that could be part of what's creating this resistance or feeding into it. It's also kind of feeling like nobody understands me, feeling pretty withdrawn. With the resistance, like I'm not hearing what other people have to say. So your ego could be unbalanced, is what I'm hearing too. And it's really important that you forgive. whatever this is related to, forgiveness needs to happen. Forgiveness is going to be how you also try to heal and release this anger. Okay. Sorry, I'm just moving the camera. So yeah, a lot of anger, resistance, shadow work is what I'm getting for you. Feeling fixated or stuck on something with whatever is relating to your situation that's preventing you from moving forward and really adding to your stress levels. So I'm going to get another deck to kind of pick up on other messages for you to kind of see like what is part of what's feeding into your stress levels and what is going to help you manage them. Because I'm getting the energy that this is more mental stuff that's going on in your head, more than maybe even an actual situation. That's what I'm getting for you, is that this is more of mental, emotional, spiritual circumstances. I don't feel like it's really like tapping into something here on earth, like your career, professional type of life. This is more personal stuff. What's happening in your mind, what's happening with your emotions, what's happening with you spiritually. So I'm sensing too, there's a lot of like, you've been blocked off. You've been feeling blocked off. And that makes you angry, makes you resistant. And this could all be something too where like maybe you're unaware of it too, unconscious, unaware of the shadow self. So let's see what's coming up for you. Let's see what's coming up for you. Group 4. What do you need to hear? Ooh. Speak up. Okay. So speak up. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You cannot keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. Ooh, yes. With being blocked off in your head a lot, lack of maybe self-expression, too, with this anger, you're keeping it all inside. And that's part of this resistance. It's like you don't want anyone to know. Because in picking up your energy, that's how it kind of feels like you don't even want people to know that you feel resistant, that you've been having a lot happening spiritually, emotionally, mentally that has made you feel blocked off and resistant. And it's really important here that you work on your self-expression. That's really big for you. Let's see what else. What else is happening? Okay. So in the card exercise, loving yourself enough to exercise and enjoy the glow of good health. That's going to be part of your self-care. That's going to be important. That is also literally, in my opinion, the best way to release your anger, your built-up anger with your resistance and all of that. That is key here. Exercise. I'm also getting the feeling that maybe you're dehydrated because I'm feeling very thirsty right now. So I'm going to drink some water. So that's so crazy because not only did I feel kind of like dehydrated, but like I felt like my throat was so dry, like my throat was closing off, right? And this is about speaking up. You're not speaking up. You're holding everything in. And even she has blue hair, okay? And that's related to your throat chakra. And with the purple, right, we're talking about the crown chakra, and that's relating to your connection to the divine, to higher consciousness. There's a lack of that because of this resistance, because of this anger. You're not speaking up, and even the purple bows, right? In speaking your truth and expressing yourself, you actually connect to the divine, to consciousness. And you release that anger with exercising. You even release that anger in creating an outlet for you to self-express by speaking up. So let's see what else is coming up for you, group 4. Ooh, okay. Denial. Denial to accept a situation, unhealthy cycles, or addictions. Yes. Yes. Again, you may not be aware of this, and it may not even be your intention to do any of this, to be in denial, to have anger. Um, it may not be your intention at all. You may not even be aware of it, okay? But that is perfect for this card because of that resistance. Your resistance is also rooted in this denial. Because you're in denial, it's easy to resist. Because you are in denial of it yourself, it's easy to not talk about it, to not share it with others. Because you're in denial, right? It's manifesting through anger. So that's really important for you to hear, group 4. Really important for you to hear. Okay. Ooh, avoid toxic people. Hang out with people who will uplift your spirit, not bring it down. So that's another kind of question, because do you feel like maybe part of why you are in denial, resistant, not speaking up, it could relate to your relationships? Are your relationships a space where you feel like they are not receptive to that? Maybe they portray these same habits, similar habits, or responses. So in order to keep the peace, you don't share your own, or maybe you deny your own. That's something to consider here that I'm picking up on. And so it's really important to explore that more. That's going to be part of also your self-care and the stress management that you need. Look at the people you're surrounding yourself with. How do they handle conflict? How do they respond to conflict? That tells you so much about an individual. And I really feel like that's important for you to hear. And I even want to turn it on you for a second. How do you handle conflict? How do you respond to conflict? And this channel, just as a reminder, is all about aligning with your highest self. And this is not easy. And so part of my role here is I'm going to call out all of this stuff, the energy that's presenting itself, to serve the highest good. This is also about channeling that divine love and light energy. So I'm not here to bring you down. Please know that. But it's so important that you start to bring this to your awareness, because again, I don't know if you're aware of it. Does it seem like maybe you are, especially if you're in denial, right? But this is something that we're going to bring to light now. And we're talking about it because it's been stressing you out a lot. And that stress is manifesting in anger, built up anger that maybe you aren't aware of. And if you are, please elaborate too. You know, how has this anger been manifesting in your life? What are the things you're noticing with your anger? Right? Like being impatient, having emotional outbursts, cutting people off in your life, ghosting people. Like, I don't know what it is. These are just examples of how you can explore that. Okay. And I'm going to get one more card for you here. Wow. So it's really important here that you treat yourself with kindness. Be guided by your heart, let go of logic and rationality. Are you kind to yourself? How do you treat yourself? How can you be kind to yourself as these things are coming to the surface, to your conscious awareness? Instead of judging and criticizing your denial, your anger, your resistance, your shadow work, your lack of self-expression, how can I be kind to all of those parts of me? That's what you need to hear. How can I use kindness to explore all of this? Kindness to help me navigate this, kindness to work through this. That's really important for you to hear, group 4. So I'm going to be getting another deck now to just kind of explore what else does group 4 need to hear. I also want to say right now, I'm noticing myself, like it feels like the energy here is like shutting down, closing off. That's part of this resistance. Feeling really, really down and heavy right now. Because it's like everything is hitting you all at once. And I really want to say, like, how can I be kind of this very moment right now? This kindness is going to be key in the anger, in the resistance, in your shadow work. Okay? Yeah, wow. I feel all that heaviness. And you deserve this kindness. You deserve self-expression. You deserve an outlet and a space where people can really hear you. And I'm going back to like conflict again. Because I don't know if that was what really like stood out to you guys, but like the question of how do you handle conflict? How do you manage conflict? How do you respond in conflict? I want to say in all of humanity, because I want to try to normalize this for you guys too. I'm a therapist and a researcher, okay, and I work in psychology. I do this, all day, so I know about this. And in the history of humanity, we have never actually learned how to have conflict resolution. So it's okay. It's okay because this is new. We really don't know. And I also want to challenge you because I'm going back to that energy of conflict resolution. The key to conflict resolution, I want you to think of it in this way. First of all, before I go into that, ask yourself, how do you define conflict resolution? What would conflict resolution look like for you? Okay? I'm going to give you a moment to sit with that. And then I want you to think of conflict resolution as simply an agreement. Conflict resolution is an agreement with all parties involved where this agreement is in conflict resolution about how we move forward. And in moving forward, having the space where we can express whatever happened in the situation that created this conflict and how we can move forward in creating this space to express, validate, and also consider how we can prevent this moving forward. Because conflict in itself, just to put simply, conflict is simply a misunderstanding. And that misunderstanding can escalate to an argument, a fight, right? A disconnect from a misunderstanding. Conflict is a misunderstanding. Conflict resolution is an agreement. And in that agreement, we're exploring what happened that led to this misunderstanding and how we can move forward. Because what I'm hearing too is, and this is very, very common as humans, when we have conflict, sometimes we think conflict resolution is when we stop talking about it, when we just ignore it or avoid it. Maybe we just kind of say like the typical, oh, I'm sorry. But then it happens again and again and again. And if it's happening again and again, guess what? You have a cycle. You don't have conflict resolution, you have a cycle. Conflict resolution means you break the cycle because it's an agreement of all parties. If you're going in the same cycle, well, we always say at least that we're sorry. Great, great. That is a huge part of accountability, absolutely. But it's not just about being accountable. Conflict resolution is about preventing it in the future. So if you're going in these cycles over and over again with others or yourself, there is not conflict resolution. There's not an agreement that's been reached yet. That agreement is the break in the cycle. So I really, really want you to hear that and normalize this, because we're humans. This is not easy. Conflict resolution is actually really freaking hard. And I challenge you to think about whether it's real or like fictional, fake, movie, scenes, TV shows, real life, wherever. I challenge you to consider, where have you ever seen conflict resolution? Or even yourself, when have you had conflict resolution? An agreement where all parties were validated and heard, expressed whatever was relating to this misunderstanding, and made efforts to consider what they could do in the future to prevent it. What was that agreement? Because I will tell you, I've asked this to clients and they're like, really, when I think about it, like, not at all. Nothing comes to mind. I'm like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Because again, we're normalizing this. We're human. This is new. We really haven't known how to do this before. So I'm going to just leave you with that for this side. And I really hope that brings you clarity. We're going to jump into this deck and kind of explore what's going to be essential for you in managing the stress. Maybe even like conflict resolution. Like, we'll see where it goes. Okay. Ooh. So we have breathe in bliss. Exhale the BS. So I want you, especially with anger, let's take deep breaths right now. So just inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, push out the air. Okay, do it to whatever rhythm is comfortable for you, because I don't know what your, medical status is and things of that nature. So just breathe in and exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. One more, you're doing great. Great job. Thank you so much for sitting through that, for doing this with me. That's how you can be kind to yourself, breathing. That's how you're going to help release that anger as well. Breathe in, exhale the BS. That's key for you here. Wow. And then the next card, practicing feng shui, creating a sacred space. I don't know if I pronounced that right, actually. So I don't really practice that, I'm going to be honest. And I don't want you to feel like you need to fixate on that specifically. If you're interested, absolutely look into it. Absolutely look into it. But I don't want you to fixate on that if it's not resonating for you. But you can create a sacred space by cleansing your space, smudging it, setting an intention. And you can do that with incense, a candle, writing down an intention or affirmation. These are all ways you create a sacred space. That's going to be really important for you in moving forward to manage these stressors. Okay? So I really want you to, even with this depiction, write crystals, use crystals. If you do your own readings, pick a card a day to get clarity on what I need to work on, what I need to focus on today. What is a shadow self? What is a shadow part of me that I can address today, heal today, repair today, release today, whatever it is. Or even your anger, if you want to maybe bring that more into light. What's one thing I can do today to help with anger, right? Just like this is an example, right? What's one thing I can do for anger? Right here. In real time, we're applying it. Awaken your authentic self and be true to you. That's how you can help with your anger. How true, how authentic, how genuine do you feel like you're living in your life in this very moment? Because that's not just also how you empower yourself, but this is also how we heal. And in this depiction too, we have a mirror, right? She's reflecting, looking in the mirror. And in this reflection, I also feel like maybe it would be important for you to write affirmations on your mirror with like a dry erase marker. Or if you write them down on like a notepad or a piece of paper, you can put them in your mirror, tape them up, things like that. That's really big that I'm picking up for you. Okay, that's going to be really important for you here. And I'm going to close off this reading with affirmations. So maybe these are affirmations you can look into to kind of see how we can start working on these stressors, how we can start managing these stressors and coping. Okay, so group four. Group four. What are affirmations for group four? I am always guided. Say it with me. I am always guided. I am always guided. My future self can handle it. My future self can handle it. My future self can handle it. We're going to do one more. Ooh, we got two. Two came out for you. I align everything I need in my life simply by being me. I align everything I need in my life simply by being me. Honoring my boundaries is not selfish. Honoring my boundaries is not selfish. That goes back to this conflict resolution, toxic people, relationships, denial. Because as you do this work, you're going to find yourself, when you're applying it, also naturally boundary setting. And that is going to disrupt some relationships, but your future self can handle it. You are always going to be guided. And this is how you express and embrace your true self and speak up for yourself. You got this. And remember to be kind to yourself. And another thing I want to add to boundaries, because I know a lot of people naturally kind of feel resistant to it, is every time you say no to someone else, you are saying yes to yourself. So I want you to think about that. How? Because we fixate on the no. Well, we're saying no, that's going to hurt them, or they were wanting this, we're expecting this, whatever it is. Let's flip it with the mirror. With the mirror, reflect on yourself, look at yourself. How am I saying yes to myself instead? Well, I'm saying yes to my peace right now. I'm saying yes to just relaxing and staying home, eating in, like whatever it would be. I don't know. These are just examples. But how am I saying yes to myself is the question here. Okay. Feel free to take a screenshot here so you can remember these affirmations and write them down for yourself if you want to put them around. Please feel free to leave your feedback below in the comment section to really help me understand, what resonates, what doesn't, what you thought of your pile. And I really hope that you come back to tune into another upcoming video. Thank you so much, Group 4, for being here. I'm sending you so much love. You are a divine intuitive soul. You got this. Your future self can handle it. You are aligning with your highest self whenever you say yes to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Know that you are always being guided. And I wish you the best. All right. Good luck, divine intuitive soul. And I hope to catch you in another upcoming video. Bye.